Don't worry, PengoMan is here. Oh, I forgot, I cannot fly. Hello everybody and welcome to the new episode of Pengo's World, where the host cannot tell you his real identity because he will risk being found. Oh no, they are here. You didn't see me. And don't forget to find that subscribe button down there. It really isn't that hard. That was close. Now that I escaped them, let's start with today's episode. How much of a bat is Batman? I mean, he doesn't have the name Batman for nothing, that's for sure. And in this episode, we will finally figure out how much of a bat is a Batman, or how much they have in common. First off, I must point out that we are talking about the Dark Knight trilogy Batman, because there are so many Batman movies out there, and I decided that I will use this Batman, because I think it's the best Batman yet. Yeah, the new Batman is awesome too, but he didn't finish off his story, so we will cover one that did. Anyway, to know how similar Batman and Bat are, we must first analyze them separately, so we will start with bats. Bats are mammals of the order Chiroptera, known for their forelimbs adapted as wings, enabling them to achieve true and sustained flight. Bats possess exceptional agility in flight, surpassing most birds. Bats exhibit a wide range of sizes, from the smallest bat, Kitty's hog-nosed bat, measuring 29 to 34 millimeters in length, to the largest bats, such as the giant golden-crowned flying fox. Such a long name, his measurements are wingspan of 1.7 meters and weighing 1.6 kilograms. I know imaging a bat with a 1.7 meters wingspan is terrifying. Most people think that bats are blind. In some way it's true, but not entirely true. You see, they hunt at night, and the reason for that is that they have small eyes with really sensitive vision, which makes them capable of seeing in almost pitch black. But when it comes to daylight, they are pretty much blind. Bats have diverse dietary habits, with many being insectivores, while others are frugivores, nectarivores, or even feed on blood like vampire bats. They play a crucial role in their ecosystems by pollinating flowers and dispersing seeds. Bats provide both benefits and disadvantages to humans. They consume insect pests, reducing the need for pesticides. However, bats can also act as natural reservoirs for pathogens like rabies and can potentially spread diseases to humans. Additionally, fruit bats are considered pests by fruit growers. Cultural associations with bats vary, with some cultures symbolizing them positively for protection or rebirth, while in the West, they are associated with darkness, witchcraft, and death. Now when we learn something about bats, let's start with Batman. First, his appearance. We are probably already familiar with our bat-like hero. His body is covered in a black bulletproof metal costume, with his remarkable mask on his head, pitch black cape on his back, belt around his waist, his claws that hang on his forearms, and of course his logo on his chest. Pretty much the best you can make a superhero costume look, if you ask me. Anyway, Batman has a handful of abilities. Most of them are provided by his gadgets, because he is really just a man in costume. He didn't get bit by a spider or something like that, so he's pretty natural. His gadgets are his shuriken in the shape of his bat logo, and a grapple gun. There are of course more of them. His cape is pretty unique. Because of it, he can glide through the sky, just like you in Fortnite with your boys in the good old days. And he also has a Batmobile, and a Batpod, which is pretty much just a motor with military equipment. Through these 3 movies we see that he can camouflage almost perfectly.
If we're gonna play games, I'm gonna need a cup of coffee.
The good cop, bad cop routine?
Not exactly.
Never start with the head. The victim gets all fuzzy. He can't feel the neck.
And that he really adopted the dark, but as we know, some in this franchise are
born in it, molded by it.
Thank you, Mr. Bane. Anyway, let's continue. He is really good in combat. He is super rich, and he has this awesome bat cave as his base. So now when we know how Batman looks and what he does, let's compare him to bats. First similar thing that we see between these two is their look. They look as close as they can to each other. When it comes to abilities that they have in common on this list, we have gliding and extremely stealthy. Now some other things that they have in common are living in the cave and being out only during the night. Now we must turn on their differences, and they have a lot of them. Like bats don't have any gadgets at all, so they cannot throw batarangs around like our hero Bruce Wayne can. They surely don't have a Batmobile or a Bat Pod, and I am pretty sure that bats don't have moves like this. Or an enemy like this. Batman doesn't have small eyes like bats, so he can see perfectly well during the day, and his wing or his cape is a bit larger than 1.7 meters, and he weighs a lot more than 1.6 kilograms. Batman, as we all can notice, doesn't consume any insects. And now the conclusion, Batman and bats are similar around only 30 to 40%, which is still, I would say, enough for Batman to keep his name. You see, if we really look into his name, we can see that it contains man in it, so he should be half bat and half man, and with this percentage that we got, show us exactly that, which means he is around 70 to 80% bat than he should be, which, as I said, gives him a right to still be called a Batman. And my friends, let me know who is your favorite superhero. I would definitely pick PengoMan. And this, my friends, concludes our theme. Till next week, see ya.